What's up, everybody? It's your girl Tiara Moore. No, I'm not coming to be in your business, but I do have something that I would like to share and just, encourage you guys with. Tune in. Yo, I had a whole moment today. Because I'm literally in a space where I prayed. I prayed and asked God to provide specific things in my life, and they have now come to pass. I am working a job that I love to get up for in the morning. I am 24. I'll be 25 next week, and I finally found my career. This is not just a job for me. This is a career. I finally found purpose in something other than doing makeup, and it feels so good to give back to the children that I work with on all different age levels. Y'all, when I tell y'all I have a greater appreciation for teachers, principals, disciplinarians, paras, for assistant teachers, for cafeteria ladies, for custodians or janitors. I have such a bus drivers, okay? The people who assist with the traffic coming in and out of school. When I tell y'all I have such a greater appreciation for those people. See, when you're younger, you don't really understand how much you pour out when you work in the educational or school system. But y'all, when I tell y'all, just experiencing work this first week, this being my official first week in the actual schoolhouse, when I tell y'all, I have been so overjoyed. And it's crazy because at first I didn't really know what I was coming into. I didn't know how it was gonna go, what was gonna happen, none of that. I was super scared, y'all. I was nervous as crap at first, but actually being in the schoolhouse and working with the children and just being able to give back to the younger ones that you can actually benefit and help. I'm 24 and I found my career. It takes some people a whole lifetime to figure out what their niche is, what they're good at, what purpose is. And I finally found purpose in a place that I used to hate. Yo, I used to hate school. And it's funny how God put me back into the school system. But then I'm reminded of when I used to go to Sussex Tech. That was my technical area, child ed. I wanted to teach. And I literally, after having my daughter, I followed behind what other people thought that I should have been doing. So for those who don't know, I had my daughter at 17. I had her in the summertime right before my senior year started. So I was pregnant, going to school in the summertime, and then I had my daughter. And when I started back going to school or whatever, I ended up moving. So I switched schools. And it was a whole big process because I was working at a convenience store. For those who live in Delaware or Maryland, y'all know about ROFO or Rural Farms. I was working there. And because I was following behind people, I went into the medical field, and it wasn't even something that I was passionate about. I just liked helping people. And then as I got older, I was in the medical field for 6.5 years. And as I got older, I just started hating my occupation. I started hating waking up and going to my job every day. So my prayer was, Lord, put me somewhere where I can not only give back, but where I could feel like I'm doing more than just the bare minimum, where I'm not just going in and clocking in every day just because I need the money, or because I have to pay bills, or because I have, to take care of my daughter. Put me somewhere where I am feeding me while also pouring into others, but where I can also take care of my responsibilities as a mom, as a, grown adult who's paying rent, who's paying light bill, who has a car payment and insurance that has to be paid. Put me in a place where I am able to do all of these things, but I'm still happy with what I'm doing. And when I tell y'all he did just that, y'all, He did that plus more, because in my last video, I told you guys that I had a $6 raise. Y'all, it's so much more than that, y'all. Like, I'm about to start school. I'll be reimbursed for my schooling. Like, it's so many blessings that have just been pouring down on me. And I almost allowed the enemy, because of all the change that was going on. I had gotten overwhelmed one day last week. I was getting so much information. We were in trainings back to back. It was just a lot going on. And I was like, look, Jesus, did I make the right decision? And I literally almost allowed the enemy to rob me of my joyous moment. Like, I should be happy. I should be excited. I should be, in a headspace where I am appreciative and grateful, that he did exactly what I asked him to do. You get what I'm saying? Speaking, about the Lord, when I prayed, he actually showed up. He was Jehovah Jireh in that moment. And I literally almost allowed the enemy to rob me of my moments. Y'all, we have to get to a place where we don't allow the enemy to rob us of our joyous moments. We already know that the enemy comes to steal, kill, and to destroy. Like, he literally almost stole my joy, and I literally almost allowed him. We have to get back in the headspace where we understand and know for a fact that the enemy only has power where we give it to him. He's weak, y'all. When I tell you that man weak, y'all, he's a weakling, okay? We literally have to stop giving him the power to destroy the very thing that God has blessed or bestowed upon us. Like, even though this may very well not be my final destination, this is definitely a stepping stool in the right direction, because I feel it. I sense it. I'm more excited. I'm more happy. I'm glowing. Like, I have people coming to me, yo, you're glowing, sis. I'm just like, I don't know why. You get what I'm saying? But Lord, I thank you. You get what I'm saying? Because y'all, this time last year from August all the way up until December. So August of 2021. Matter of fact, let me go back a little bit more. I'm going to say June of 2021, all the way up until probably about March, April. Y'all, I was in a fight for my life. And a lot of people didn't even know. You get what I'm saying? I'm not the type of person to complain, to, make statuses about how I'm feeling, this, that, and the third. But I am the type of person who will go ghost, get myself together so that way I can come back stronger. And that's exactly what I did. I had to take some time in December all the way until March. By the end of March, to get me together. I went on a fast and consecration, and when I tell you it blessed my life, y'all, it blessed my life. And I came out of that thing never the same, forever changed. Like, I literally could have lost my life in 2021. Towards the end of 2021, I was super depressed. I was just an angry person. Situation. I had made some decisions that at the time I was regretting. And I was just dealing with a lot of mental things. And then I contracted COVID as I'm going through the situation I'm going through. So I'm dealing with two things at the same time. And, suicidal thoughts, depression, anxiety, fear. You get what I'm saying? All of those things were on me. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes we have to thank God for not allowing us to quit. Sometimes we have to thank God for not allowing us to give in. Sometimes we have to thank God for the no. Because when I tell y'all I wanted to just die in that space, y'all, I wanted to give up and die. But God told me no. And I really thank God, for my overseer, for my pastor, for they are my spiritual parents. I want to thank God for them, because they helped me. My emotions were all over the place. I was high and low. I was just all over the place. Like, y'all, I was a hot mess. But one day I just woke up and I was like, I got to dig myself out of this hole. I have to really get myself out of this pit. Like, if I don't get out of this pit, I'll never make it to the palace. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes, we expect God to show up in a way. And when he doesn't show up in that way, we end up disappointed. But it's those false expectations that our flesh will put on us for us to believe, like, oh no, God showed up this way before, so he got to show up this way again. No, God's going to show up. That's a known and proven fact. But he's not going to show up in the way that you expect him to. So when I was going through all of that turmoil, I wasn't realizing that God was actually pruning me and getting me ready to go into and to enter into that fast and consecration that he had already predestined and pre-called me to. Like sometimes when we're in the middle of stuff, we don't realize, the bigger picture until we step out. But I thank God for having people that will push you back into purpose. I thank God for having people that will help pull you out of the pit. I thank God for having people that will get you together, even in the midst of you going through whatever. Y'all, when I tell you, if it was not for my leadership, I would have died in that moment, in that space. I thank God for my leadership because they literally pulled me out of death. And I'm not even exaggerating. I'm not even being funny. I'm so serious. Like, God is really good and I'm really blessed. How dumb would I be to allow the enemy, how foolish would I be to allow the enemy to rob me of my moment? This not only my moment, but it's my season. It's my time. This is literally time that the Lord set aside for me to get me together. He cared about me that much that he took me through a pressure processing period for me to get me together. He loved me that much that he sent people my way because he knew that I would need them one day. Can't nobody tell me that God don't love me. He loves me, and that's why I'm still able to stand. That's why I'm still breathing. That's why I'm still here. My heart is still beating because I have I have purpose still embedded in the inside of me. Stuff that still needs to be birthed out of me. God's not going to let me die without birthing. Oh my God. Without birthing. Without pushing this purpose thing out. Y'all just don't understand. Y'all don't understand, y'all. When I tell y'all will understand the fullness of my testimony and where I've come from. And I mean everything in its totality. Next year, I promise y'all gonna be able to really like dig in and read stuff for yourself. I ain't even gonna have to say nothing. Like it's just gonna speak for itself. But if I can leave something for you guys today, don't allow the enemy to rob you of your season. Don't allow the enemy to rob you of the joy that God has put on you. Don't allow the enemy to take until there's nothing left. God is in the restoring business. And when I tell you he's restoring the years that the cankerworm, the locust, and the caterpillar ate up, honey, he's restoring. Don't let the enemy take that from you. He done stole from you enough. It's time to. So I'm ending this video with a happy Friday, and I love y'all. Do not forget to inhale and exhale with your girl T. I'm out. Gotta go to the gym. Peace.